Maharashtra. It is one of the paradise for adventurers and hikers. There are multiple spots where you can trek through misty capped mountains, lush green hills, and traditional villages in these mountain labs. But due to COVID, in the last monsoon, I couldn't do a single trek through these mountain ranges. So I have planned for a week long trek and arrived in Maharashtra now. In this series, we are going to trek through the lush green hills of Harihar Fort, which is famous among the adventurers, Kalsubai Peak, which is the Everest of Maharashtra, and the ranges of like Ratangad and Harichandragarh. The journey starts from Nasik Road railway station. We arrived here at 3 in the morning and then rested for a few hours in the waiting room. Now we are heading towards Trimbakeshwar, which is 37 kilometers away from here, and then to Harihar Fort. It is slightly crowded outside the railway station. There is a MSRTC bus station outside the railway station from where you will get buses to Trimbak. Since it is early morning, I couldn't find a direct bus from here to Trimbak. So I have to reach Nasik Central Bus Stand first and then to Trimbak in another bus. This is the Nasik Central Bus Stand. It is located around 9 kilometers away from the railway station. All the outstation services charge from here. On the way to Trimbak, the landscape began to change. A landscape with lush green hills and waterfalls. By 9 o'clock, we reached the Trimbak. There are many shops selling sweets near the bus station and around the famous Trimbakeshwar Shiva temple. After having breakfast from here, now we are heading to Nirgupada in a shared jeep. Nirgupada is one of the best village for Harihar Fort trekking. The journey to Nirgupada is really enjoyable. This 10-seater jeep has passengers on board 2 times its capacity. Most of these villages have very little public transportation modes. Previously, there was a bus service from Trimbak to Nirgupada, but it has stopped since COVID. But the view of the landscape is astonishing. It's been a long time after the last trek through these mountain ranges in Maharashtra. There are numerous waterfalls scattered in these mountains and these misty plateaus, and small villages in the laps of these hills. I have been through these mountain ranges many times and I am still enjoying these landscapes. Imagine how much my companion would be thrilled to see these mountain ranges for the first time. It was 11 o'clock when we reached Nirgupada. The village is situated a bit away from the main road. It is a village surrounded by lush green hills and waterfalls. On top of it, the Harihar Fort is hidden in the mist. This is the rural life of Maharashtra. Small houses and huts. The mud-walled huts could be still seen in these villages. Sheep and cattle are their main sources of income. Cultivation is mainly done during the monsoon season. After the monsoon, these fields and hills will be quickly dried up. Halfway to the village, the road is full of mud and dung. If mud gets inside the shoe, it will be very difficult for the further journey. After passing the village, the pathway is through the paddy fields. In some places, the land is plowed for farming. These villagers are still using ox to plow their lands. We have to walk around 1.5 kilometers from the village to reach the base of the mountain, which is still covered in the mist. It was raining here till yesterday. Today it's slightly misty, but it's not a bad. During long treks, we need to be very careful while walking these rain and in the mud. The shoes and feet don't get enough time to dry. If it repeats continuously for 3 or 4 days, there is a high risk of getting fungal infections in the foot. So there are many things we need to keep in mind while climbing these kind of mountains, especially in monsoon. Most of the parts of Sahyadri ranges are misty-capped, lush green mountains and rich with waterfalls. There are many villages such as Nirgupada in the laps of these mountains. We are going to explore more beautiful villages in coming days. Like Nirgupada, Harihar Fort has another base village for trekking, Hareshwarwadi village. The Hareshwarwadi village is only 10 kilometers away from the Trimbak and then a 3.5 kilometers trekking to the fort from the village. But Nirgupada, where we came from, is around 20 kilometers away from Trimbak, and again we have to trek 4.5 kilometers to the fort from the village. Even though this route is lengthy, we choose this route because we can reach here in a shared jeep. So if you are coming in a group, it is better to get a private taxi from Trimbak and then to Hareshwarwadi. As we are getting closer to the hill, the terrain began to change. Small trees and shrubs are around us. In this trail, we have to cross few streams with crystal clear water. The sound of the water streams was very refreshing and we are started climbing the hill now. We started to climb the hill. Now the backpack seems heavy. This bag weighs more than 15 kg. Actually, we are carrying food, gas and other utensils for next 7 days. There are many tea stalls along this way to Harihar Fort. But in the coming days, the journey is going to be through jungle trails and food and water won't be available on the way. Also, since I have lost fitness and gained weights during the lockdown periods, I am getting very tired while climbing this hill. For tonight, our plan is to camp at the top of the Harihar Fort. So we have enough time and we are climbing the hill slowly with frequent breaks. This area is surrounded by small bushes. The leaves are all wet and it's a little bit misty here. Enjoying the view of these villages and surrounding mountain ranges, any traveler will be immersed in the nature while walking along this path. That's what makes trekking different from the other kind of trips. Here the hill is steep and the path goes zigzag. So we had to be very careful while walking through these steepy and slippery rock patches. There are few viewpoints in this path which offer astonishing panoramic views of the valley where we came from. A beautiful green valley that stretches beyond what a human eye can reach. This is the first plateau midway to the top. There are two small hills that look like pyramids and their tops are still covered in the mist. From this plateau, the path descending to the left side will take you to Hareshwarwadi village and the way up takes you straight up to the Harihar Fort. The fog is now moving slightly from the top of the fort and now we can see steepy parts of the fort from here. Our plan is to camp at the top today, so we don't need to rush to the top. Even though it rains sometimes, today the weather is favorable to us. And I want to use this opportunity to capture these beautiful sceneries in the camera. It's already noon and we are really hungry now. So we started the journey in the morning from Trimbak after having a Mysore pav. We have to spend some time here cooking something for lunch. We kept the camera turned towards the misty capped mountains as we cooked some upma and coffee and we spent some time here. We spent an hour in the plateau having the coffee and upma. Now we are climbing up again. The view from the plateau was amazing. The hills in the front were covered in the mist. There are many waterfalls in the mountain. Hareshwarwadi village on the other side of the plateau. From here, you can enjoy beautiful panoramic views of the mountain ranges as the mist clears. From this open area, you can see valleys on your both sides of the hill. Nurgupada on our right side and Hareshwarwadi on our left. The hill ahead of us is steepy. The mud is slippery, so we need to be very careful while climbing these parts of the hill. Some people are returning from the top and they are in a hurry to reach the base village before sunset. There are few tea shops along the way to the top where you can get refreshments, tea and lime juice. Biscuits, Maggie and corn are also available here. These shops are actually run by villagers from Hareshwarwadi. As we go further to the top, it is getting even more misty. A heavy wind also blows here. But suddenly, the direction of the wind changed, the mist cleared, and we got an amazing view of the plateau where we came from. The real adventure starts from here. We have to climb these wet rock patches and they are really slippery. In some areas, the steps are even higher than 2 feet and both sides of the area lead to deep abysses. But the rocky mountain ahead us is what keeps us motivated and thrilled throughout the climb. A short further climb will take us to the bottom of the rocky pinnacle in the fort. But in some places, the steps are washed away in the rain. So we have to grab the plants on the sides to climb to the top. This adventure makes Harihar Fort so popular among the trekkers from various states.
കോട്ടകല് മലയാളീസ് ഉണ്ടല്ലോ.
Finally, after a hard climb, we are at the bottom of the pinnacle. This is the most interesting part of the Harihar Fort, and we are really thrilled to climb it. The rocky pinnacle in the fort is standing ahead of us like a big mountain wall. Now we have to climb the rock-covered steps to get the top of it. Few people are coming down and we are waiting for them to reach the bottom. The rock has a slant of about 80 degrees and each steps are not in uniform shape. So we have to be very careful while climbing these parts. This pinnacle is about 60 meters high. The first half of it is through the steps that are cut outside of the rock. In the next half, the stairs are cut through the inside of the rock. Most of the parts are wet and very slippery. There are small holes made in the rock here and there, so which will help you to get the hold while climbing up. I have conquered this peak twice before, but today I am slightly feared. The heavy backpack troubles me while climbing it. Sometimes I feel like I am losing the balance. Also, the bag is hitting the rock, so I am very careful while climbing each steps here. A one bad step may be the last step. After passing the first gate of the fort, we are done with the dangerous parts. Now we have to climb through the steps which are carved inside the rock. We have to bend down while making some places like this. Also, be careful to not let the bag slip on the rock. Harrier Fort is a very old fort built on or before the 14th century. The fort was built to protect the ancient trade route and travelers passing through the Gondakat from enemies. The fort has witnessed many battles happen on this Deccan plateau. The fort has been under the control of Mughal dynasty and then Maratha dynasty for a long time. Then in 1808, the Captain Briggs captured it in a war against the Maratha dynasty and it came under British rule. Finally, we conquered Harrier Fort once again and reached the top of it. The upper part of the fort is a long plain area and we are walking to the opposite side of it. The flowers can be seen blooming in many places of the fort. In the next few days, the journey is going to be through the mountains with a lot of wildflowers like this. The valley and the fort are still covered in the thick mist. We can't see anything apart from a few meters. After a short walk through the mist, we reach the other end of the fort. Now we are looking for a place to pitch our tent. We got a spot near a tea shop to pitch our tent for tonight. We were pitching the tent, and then I saw a man doing something at a distance. I went too close to him. He's actually hunting small crabs hiding in these rock patches on the floor. He got a bag full of crabs. It may rain here soon, so we started pitching our tent near the water tank on the top. The fort is still covered in the mist, and we are going to spend the night at this mountain, enjoying this cool weather and the mist.